YouTube, this is a prime example of why I hate you sometimes. All I want to do is just post my video. I worked pretty hard making it, spent a lot of hours editing. It's at 80%, but it's been at 80% for the past like 30 minutes. Even though it's stuck on processing, it says it'll be done in 11 minutes. So YouTube, if I'm going to start making more videos, you better fix this like ASAP because I do not have the patience for this stuff. Alright, let's go. 2 hours later, yeah, it's been 2 hours since I just posted that. We're finally good to go. I can finally go get some coffee, but the video's up, so if you have not seen it, go to the last video, definitely go check it out.
Who's telling lies that keep you up through the night? Your peace of mind is not alright. It's a young, I've been playing hard to reach. I've been dumbing down.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another one of my videos. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make your videos more cinematic. Yesterday's video was pretty long, I know, so I just thought I'd make it up to you guys by kind of helping you out. I'm trying to move my camera so I can get a more like interesting spot for this video, but it's just so sunny, so bear with me. Alright, so the first thing you want to do to create a more cinematic video, I'm not talking about the letterboxes, you can just do that, that's all personal preference, is you need to create depth in your frame or video. So right now I'm shooting at f.8, which is, it's okay, like I don't really know why you would shoot on this unless you wanted everything in focus, like you had a big family or a big crowd, or if you're trying to film a landscape. My ISO is at 6400, which that's a no-go unless if it's nighttime. I would never want to be that high. So I need to change some settings real quick. So the first thing I want to do is create depth in my background so me, the subject, can be separated and you're not distracted by all that crap back there. Alright, so I'm shooting at f2 now, and it's in focus, but for some reason my frame is way overexposed. So I have two options right now. One, I can just crank up the shutter. That's what a lot of people do until it looks kind of nice. It's about how I want it. But there's one problem. My motion blur is all screwed up. My shutter is at 200 when it should be at 50. So look at my hand and look at this. Does that look normal to you? Does that look like normal motion blur? No, it does not. So I need an ND filter. So let me go get that. Alright, I got my Canon ND filter. I really like this ND filter. I'm not sponsored in any way. I just think if you're going to buy something, you should invest in the future. So for instance, if you have a very expensive lens, you won't cheap out on an ND filter because it'll emit hues, the cross polarization will be off. One reason why I love this ND filter as a wedding videographer is it has hard stops. So when you're spinning this, you know exactly what the ND is and you know when it's going to stop. Alright, so now my ND filter is on. My motion blur is really nice. Look how good my hand looks. I'm shooting directly in the sun, so it might be a little bit overexposed. The third thing or second thing, I don't know why I say that because I never have enough tips to justify why I have so many first steps and second steps. So I'm just gonna, there's no steps, just take it word for word when I'm doing this video. If you want to purchase something to create more cinematic videos and you didn't purchase the ND filter, you might want to pick up a Pro Mist filter. I love these for video because it takes out all the digital sharpness in my lens. This is a 1.8, there's also 1.4, but for instance, all this does is it's just a thin piece of glass, and once you screw it on, it makes the highlights look so cool. So for instance, look how dreamy and cool I look, like the roll off, versus also look at the highlights. Well, they're kind of overexposed, but just look at me. Look how good I look for once. So my skin looks very nice, it's all clean, it's not too sharp, and that's what a Pro Mist filter does. This is the final tip of today's video. Shoot on not a wide angle lens. Why I say that is because you want more depth, just as I said earlier with the f-stop. So for instance, I'm shooting on a 24mm right now, and now I'm going to switch to the 50. Alright, so this is a little overkill, but this is what it looks like. It's really hard to talk because I have a 50mm on and now my neighbors are looking at me, but this is how nice it looks. It's a little bit harder for the camera to focus because it is a 50 and not a 24, but you get a lot of depth in the eyes or your hair or a subject. So that's just the tips I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you the next time. Peace.
Who's telling lies that keep you up through the night? Your peace of mind is not alright. It's a young